Fake niggas, yeah. A fuck nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A bitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Sneak this us, that's that shit I don't like. Don't like.
Okay, welcome students to another episode of Manhood Academy Debates. Today we're debating, I don't know who we're debating. We're debating, the last guy we debated was so butthurt that he sent his faggot friend over to try to, I don't know if he went on a secret covert Navy SEAL training mission, but he sent his faggot friend over to try and infiltrate the academy as if he was going to get dirt on us. What this scared faggot doesn't realize is that we welcome public scrutiny. We welcome critics to come in. We love proving critics wrong. So this scared faggot tried to have a debate with one of the students, and I didn't personally debate him. Unfortunately, it wasn't recorded because I thought this would just be a waste of time. This guy sounded like a complete moron in the chat room. I didn't even think it would be worth debating him, so I thought, I'll just let one of the students have practice debating this retard. And it actually turned out to be a decent debate because, unlike his faggot buddy, who we debated last time, the white knight, who we debated about female accountability, he's here right now to chime in, but his buddy was actually fairly thoughtful and was, unlike this scared faggot, he was answering challenges that our student put forth, and so they had a nice little back and forth debate, almost like a discussion, but it was definitely a debate. DBE still raped him in the end, and pretty much dominated him, and then he asked to join the academy. Now, I don't know if this was genuine interest, or he just, according to his little bitch letter that we're going to debate over right now, that he left, he thought he was going to play a clever little trick on us, and you'll see how retarded this fag is. Okay, here we go. So he says, hey, sorry to hit you with this on such short notice. Apologetic, as if, I love the fact that he's apologizing as if he's anybody around here. This guy he joined as a new student under the pretense of being a new student, wanting to be socially trained here. Fine, we'll take you here, it doesn't matter. But, he's already apologizing as if his opinion matters. He has no clue what a new student's role is here yet. So he's automatically assuming he's somebody that is even worthy of, apologizing and that will even care about him apologizing. If you're typing right now, please mute your mic. Thank you. Fuck. Who is this faggot? Get the fuck out. Who is this guy?
Lying piece of shit.
Lying piece of shit. Get the fuck out. Stay out. Why does he ruin every debate? Okay, he says, after debating you, he's referring to our student, DBE. After debating DBE, I thought I could get more entertainment out of actually joining the academy rather than just having a one-off debate with Professor where you guys just mute the other person's mic and the Professor has priority speaking privileges, I'm assuming he means, and then being IP banned. So, during this whole debate, I don't know what this coward was thinking because during the whole debate, both persons' mics were muted, both the student and this fat faggot, and they both had a perfect opportunity to speak and debate to their heart's content. So I don't know why he's even daring to accuse us of censoring people's mics. And by the way, his faggot friend that we debated last time, who got dominated, we had a moderator, and he also muted my mic. So his accusation that we just muted the opponent's mic, the critic's mic, and I was the one that was just allowed to speak, is complete and utter bullshit. And all you have to know that this faggot is lying is just go to our last debate, and you'll hear he's full of shit. So already that's lie number one. Okay, I figured...
That's lie number two. The first one was apologizing.
Okay, thank you. Could you fucking mute your mic? I figured it would be funny to sit in on some debates and watch Professor yell at some poor retarded girls. So in this retard's mind, we're just yelling at chicks as if this is the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Again, this guy's a total moron, obviously hasn't listened to any of our debates. Most of our debates are against guys, by the way. Just in case this retard wants to actually educate himself. Even if I know the professor is a complete fucking retard, I thought it would be funny all the same to watch the girls cry and rage. So, let me get this straight. This fat faggot coward thought I was a retard while begging to get into the academy here, and while being too much of a scared little bitch to even tell me to my face? How pathetic. How sad. How petty. How intellectually dishonest. You have the nerve to write like a keyboard warrior when you already met me face to face. You were pleasant like a little lollipop. Oh, Professor, thank you for inviting me to the academy. I'm having a debate with DBE right now, and I may at a future date be inclined to debate you. This may be an agreeable discussion that we might have. And yet, now you're a fucking tough guy? Now all of a sudden you have something to say? Please, get the fuck... Stay out! Who is this guy? Oh, I can't. This
No,
guy.
Alexis was typing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm so flustered even seeing this guy's face. Lying piece of shit. If you unmute, I know who it was. If you unmute your mic, I'm gonna take your scholarship away. You hear me? Stay quiet until I call on you. Okay, so this guy is so fucking brave behind his keyboard. I mean, if you read this, you would think he was in the Hell's Angels. He never used the term faggot once, retard once. He's even got a LOLOLO here. This guy is such a pathetic hypocrite, an intellectually dishonest faggot. He can't even defend his views in person. He's just like all our keyboard warrior critics. He's a tough guy behind his keyboard. He's a tough typer. He's Arnold Schwarzenegger behind the typer. Get him in a live debate, he's a fucking jelly donut. Okay, so he continues. Alas, you guys don't seem to do that many debates. It's more your classes and hangouts. No shit, you fucking retard. If you had bothered to read our, read what our academy is about on our front page, this is not Debate Academy, you fucking idiot. We debate critics who challenge our work, but the main thrust of our work is to teach men around the world how to socialize. So of course the majority of our activities are not debates. Look, you're such a fucking idiot. You think we're just arguing just for the sake of arguing. That's how dumb you are. That's seriously how dumb you are. You thought our mission was to start a site with men around the world just to argue with women? That's what you thought? You thought I was, okay, I got a site, guys. Okay, now I need a bunch of bros. And I'm gonna get us all together, and now we're just gonna go around the internet challenging girls and having debates. Are you fucking retarded? What kind of goal would that be? We're clear in stating in the beginning of all our debates, at least in most of them, that I can remember, that our goal is to educate the public, to allow public scrutiny of our work, and to give our critics a voice so we don't censor them. There's a definite reason behind our debates. We're not just here just to yell at people across the internet. What a fucking retard. And this guy fancies himself an intellectual. This fat faggot makes me sick. Okay, let's go on. I like how he puts classes in quotes and hangouts. We actually teach people here, unlike what you learn in your schooling. I'm putting that in quotes. Okay, classes and hangouts where you guys pretty much fag the fuck out? We fag the fuck out. You mean like a scared fat faggot keyboard warrior who doesn't have the balls to make these accusations to our faces? Is that what you mean by fag the fuck out? Some scared little bitch typing harsh words behind his keyboard? Is that what you mean by fag the fuck out? I mean, it's ironic that a fat faggot coward like you is trying to lecture us about fagging the fuck out when you sound like fucking the white Urkel. You sound like a little nerd in 3rd grade. You sound like you're a pretentious Harvard graduate. Hello, professor, I want to debate you. And now you're typing, you guys fag out. Why couldn't you say that in person? You scared fat faggot. How dare you lecture us about faggotry when you're typing these words behind your keyboard like a scared little bitch when you had every opportunity to say them to my face. I even said, look, you debated DBE? I didn't realize you were going to have thoughtful responses in your debates. Guess what? I'll gladly debate you. And then you said, no, professor, no, I think I agree. I don't want to debate you. I'd rather join your academy and be educated. Yet you still are harboring all these cowardly criticisms. Why didn't you make these criticisms to my face? You scared little bitch. I even invited you into class just now. You're still hanging out in the chat room. You scared faggot. Come in here and be a man and fucking make these accusations to my face. I love how you guys, you guys think you're so clever. Bro, it's 1v1. We're on 4chan. Are you gonna fight me? No, you dumb faggot. This is over a webcam. I can't headbutt you. I can't punch you. All I can do is trade words with you. All I can do is try to reason with you. That's all I can do on here. And that's all I want to do for the public to scrutinize our words, to scrutinize our work, to scrutinize our critics' arguments. So the fact that you keyboard warrior faggots assume that this is like a beating, as if we can punch you over the webcam, that's how much of a timid faggot you are. You think we're going to enact physical violence to you over a fucking webcam. Come on. Unfucking real. Where you guys fag the fuck out and cry about wanting a girl. I can just imagine what a ladies guy this guy is at 300 pounds. This guy's lecturing other people about crying over girls. I'd love to see a picture of your girlfriend. Unfortunately, a picture of your right or left hand. Cry about wanting a girl to just touch your skin so you can feel that warmth of a woman's embrace. LOLOLOL. Okay, guys who are LOL either have game or are laughing and snickering down at people. Yet you're a scared little faggot hiding behind your keyboard, and you have the nerve to LOL at people? You have to be somebody to LOL, you dumb fat faggot. I can LOL at you, because tonight, at about, I'm gonna guess 8:30 or 9 p.m., I'm gonna be having my dick sucked by an actual girl. I could call you and let you listen in, and then I'll be qualified to LOL at your fat faggot ass. What will you be doing at 9 p.m.? Will you be writing more empty threats towards me? I didn't think so. What are you going to be doing at 9 p.m.? You going to be playing Dota? You going to be stuck in our chat room? You going to be typing LOLOL as if it matters to me when I can actually LOLOLOL at you in public to your face because I'm not a bitch-ass coward like you? Unbelievable. And, he continues on, and if the students aren't talking about how much of a pussy-hungry faggot they are, unlike you who has tons of pussy, correct? Professor, I'd like to debate you, and then I would like to train at your academy. Oh, by the way, I have tons of pussy in my repertoire, and all of your students are obviously hungry for pussy, but unlike those scared faggot students, I am a brave keyboard warrior, and I have tons of pussy. How many fucking keyboard warriors do you know who have tons of pussy? Are you kidding me, you fat tub of shit? You're trying to convince this academy and the public that you're drowning in pussy? You gotta be absolutely shitting me. The only way you can be drowning in pussy is if you named your hand Pussy, or if you went to Vegas and paid for pussy. A scared fat faggot like you, hiding behind your keyboard with no balls to actually say what he thinks to another person's face, especially there's no way you get punched for it. No retribution. I already met you over the webcam. And you don't have the courage to even say these things to my face over a webcam? And you want us to believe that women are into scared fat faggots? Like you, who have no balls? You got to be absolutely fucking kidding me.
Hey, Professor, can I ask you a question?
No, we're not done. I'll get to you and I'll let you respond at your leisure. Let me get through this first.
Alright.
And if the students aren't talking about how much of a pussy-hungry faggot they are, unlike this fucking stud behind his keyboard, they talk to each other about their expectations, which in my opinion is just them bitching about their fucking feelings like a chick. Here's the irony about this. This fat faggot coward is bitching about his feelings about the academy behind the keyboard, whereas the students, as inept and retarded as they are able to do it live to other bros in a hangout. So, you're accusing them of bitching, and this whole letter is just a faggot bitch fest by a fat faggot with no courage to say it to our faces. Or at least to say it to my face. Again, you're an utter fucking hypocrite. You're lecturing people about courage, fucking feelings about a chick, because you're telling me as a brave keyboard warrior, you don't talk about you wanting or needing chick relationships. You just snap your fingers, right? And you just get chicks, right? Because you're so experienced hiding behind your keyboard, typing LOLOL, and eating your fucking ding-dongs. Is that what you're trying to con everybody into thinking? That you're above a relationship with a girl? That you're above expressing your feelings about a girl? That you look down on other guys who express their feelings about a girl, and they have the balls to express it openly, unlike you fat faggot coward? Who are you to speak? For example, yesterday, I was attending my first quote-quote hangout, and Pinata came into the room and said, "This hangout is fucking boring, I'm out of here," and then left. Fucking Pinata. I don't know if I can even go, this guy has zero credibility, so if he said that, I would agree with this guy and say, fuck Pinata. How dare he come into a hangout and say, this hangout's boring, this hangout's fucking boring, and just leave. Oh, actually we got Pinata here. Pinata, I need some testimony from you. Pinata. He's at work. Okay. I don't know if we can confirm later in this debate whether Pinata actually said that or not, but Pinata's here, and the accusation is that Pinata came in and said, "This hangout is fucking boring, I'm out of here," and then left. If Pinata,
I was there.
oh, did Pinata say that? You were there.
Yeah, something along those lines. He said, "You guys are not including me in the hangout," and yeah, I'm gonna leave. He did say something along those
Okay,
lines.
so he's a passive little bitch, in other words.
Okay.
Okay, you don't want to agree. I give you free license to agree with me. He is a passive little bitch. I agree. This guy's right. This fat faggot's right for once in his life. For once in the debate, I agree with you. A guy coming into a hangout saying, "This hangout is fucking boring, I'm out of here." That's something we would teach a guy not to do at our academy, because that is very passive. when you're saying what you don't want, that's a cowardly move. That's like this fat faggot here in this debate. When you're saying what you don't like, that is cowardly, that is passive, that's like a chick. A guy, what we teach you to do as a guy is to learn how to initiate, to learn how to direct others' behavior. So, for example, if I came into a hangout and the hangout was boring, I would start directing the hangout to get it to what I want, that it met my expectation, that it met my need for a social interaction, that it met my need for a relationship. So I would learn how to direct it, and I would start directing it actively versus just saying, you guys aren't doing what I want, or I don't like this, I don't like that, your voices are too low, you're not talking enough, you guys are boring to talk to.
Hold on, Professor, can I interrupt you for a second?
What?
Okay, the Duke of Spain just keeps spamming text messages. Or
the Duke of Spain?
Messages over the Zoom chat. Dude, stop doing that. Lying piece of shit. That's a lying piece of shit.
Get him the fuck out of here.
I already told him. I think you're the host.
Where is this guy?
Wait, that's lying piece of shit?
Yeah, I thought Duke of Spain is lying piece of shit, right?
God damn it.
Okay, kick him out of the hangout.
Ban him for 2 weeks.
Alright,
right now. Fucking cocksucker. I just told that fucking faggot to not fucking interrupt. Ugh. DBE. I want that, Chewy, I want that guy on a super short leash.
Alright. Is he banned for 2 weeks?
Yes! Fuck that asshole. Keep him out.
Does he lose a scholarship?
No.
Okay. Professor.
If I try to cut his scholarship right now, I'm too emotional. I'd probably cut his scholarship and recommend somebody assassinate him. But I wanna deal with him when I have a clear, level-headed mind, and I'm not just dealing with this fat faggot and raging right now, and I have to deal with this retarded motherfucker who just joined the academy. I want to at least give him the benefit of the doubt. I know he's dumb, but he's dumb because he has no social training.
Correct. Alright, 2 week ban. Thanks.
Pinata, yes. Oh, you're here.
I do testify, and I plead guilty. I did say that, and I should have been active instead of being a passive.
Okay, so we confirmed what he said. So we confirmed one fact finally. All right, moving on. So Pinata said,
He just came back.
what?
The lying piece of shit just came back. Oh yeah, you can come back into the hangout.
Lying piece of shit, we're gonna kick you out. If you
Lying piece of shit. Get the fuck out of this hangout. If you don't get out of this hangout right now, I'm cutting your scholarship, and I'm fucking just changing the hangout location so you're not gonna be able to find it. Get the fuck out of here and stay out.
And you're banned for 2 weeks.
Get out. Dumb motherfucker. Oh, okay. Where was I? God damn it. Okay, for example...
Pinata just coming in the hangout. We confirmed what happened.
Okay, got it. Boring, this hangout is fucking boring, I'm out of here, and then left. Instead of acting like a normal fucking person, who has, quote-unquote, social competence, as you guys would call it, and just saying, what the fuck is up with Pinata being what the fuck is up with Pinata being a whiny bitch, and then continuing on with whatever conversation was going on before he came into the hangout. I'm not even sure that's an English sentence. I don't even know how to address that. The entire group started stating their expectations in quotes, and enforcing their expectations in quotes, aka also known as bitched. No, you dumb faggot. Bitched is passive-aggressive, that's whining. Enforcing your expectations is the opposite of whining. Whining is, why are you being mean to me? Why does this hangout suck? Why is everything wrong? Why don't you guys include me? Why are you so mean to me? Why is the academy so bad to me? That's whining. That's passive-aggressive. That is the antithesis of enforcing your expectations. That is not enforcing your expectations. So when you qualify that and describe that as enforcing your expectations, you're only revealing what a fucking moron you are. Okay, so aka bitch for literally 40 fucking minutes about what Pinata did made them feel. You're fucking Chinese grammar. How can I interpret this? Okay, I'm assuming you're bitching about, you're saying they bitched about how Pinata made them feel after he said, fuck this hangout and left. Ironically, you never voiced your view. You never enforced your expectations. You sat there just like a whiny faggot. The only difference is they whined out loud. So they're like a faggot level 5. You whined in your head. And that's why you wrote this keyboard warrior faggot nonsense. You're whiny faggot level negative 15. So while you're looking down on the students who are whining out loud, you're so much of a scared faggot that you only whine in your head. Again, utter hypocrisy. Bitch until I finally had to snap. Oh, he snapped. I can't imagine what a faggot keyboard warrior sounds like when he snaps. And asked them, seriously, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Who gives a fuck what Pinata did? And you've been crying about it for half an hour now. Who was there? Anybody there in this hangout? Chai, were you there?
I was in the hangout.
Do you remember this guy saying this? He snapped, and he says in quotes, "Seriously, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Who gives a fuck what Pinata did? You've been crying about it for half an hour now."
No, I don't remember him saying that.
That's his testimony. You sure?
Handy Jaiballs was there too, and
Yeah, that's absolute bullshit. He never said anything. It was just quiet the whole time.
So he's a lying faggot, in other
He's
words.
a lying faggot, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we got...
maybe he said it in his mind.
Yeah, you know he said it in his mind. You think this scared fucking faggot who typed all this nonsense out behind his keyboard has the courage to fucking say this to my face, let alone the students' faces? Of course he didn't say that out loud. This is a brave keyboard warrior having a fucking fantasy. He's beating off to how brave he is. Seriously, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Who gives a fuck what Pinata did? You've been crying about it for half an hour now. Utter bullshit. Complete lies. I mean, if this guy was so fucking brave, he would have no problems saying it to my face right now. So obviously we proved him a fat fucking liar. I'm sorry to be so harsh. Yeah, you're so harsh behind your keyboard, you scared faggot. I'm sorry to be so harsh about all of this. Yeah, because attacks by keyboard warriors are so brutal. This is how fucking delusional you are. You think your typed words are harsh or mean, are gonna cause people to lose sleep at night. Are you kidding me? You're a scared fucking faggot. I'm annoyed that you are portraying yourself as a brave warrior in real life. That's why I'm pissed off. That's why I'm raging. I'm not actually raging at your ability. You have no ability. You're a scared faggot. So, the fact that you think you have to apologize for being harsh, you're a joke. You're comedy. The harshness is in the irony of your hypocrisy, not in your actual words, not in your actual authority. You have no authority. You're a scared faggot. I'm sorry to be so harsh about all this, but it seems as if your academy is just a bunch of uber faggots, more irony here, who are autistic and don't have any friends, so they have to resort to talking to people through a webcam, that is actually helping them in real life. Oh, you mean unlike a scared fat faggot like you, who has no balls to even talk over a webcam? Has no balls to even criticize over a webcam? Is that the type of faggotry you're talking about? Because it's pretty fucking funny when a scared fucking faggot like you lectures about all your friendships and all your social skills, and you're lecturing students who are training, who aren't trained but are training, and you're too fucking scared to confront them, and you have the nerve to lecture them and call them faggots? Oh, you sicken me. You disgust me, you fat piece of shit. And then on top of that, some of the students have been here for 9 years. Oh, really? They've been here for 9 years. That's amazing. He must be referring to me. I've been here for 9 years. Students who've been here for 9 years. Did anybody claim that they've been here for 9 years? Did anybody make that claim?
Nope. No.
Oh, okay. Somehow, well, he put it in caps and he repeated it. Oh, here we go. Some of your students have been here for 9 years, caps. And from what I have heard, from who? You lying piece of shit. Again, in total caps, in big bold caps here, 9 fucking years. Who? Chaiwala, you're the oldest student. How long have you been here?
I say 5, you say 6.
Okay, let's go by what you say. If you were to say it, if you were to actually say something, how long would you say you've been here?
2008 to 2000 now, so 5.5 years.
5.5 years. Are you the oldest? Are you pretty much the oldest student here for all intents and purposes?
Currently, I mean, there's students who joined before me, but they left. Yeah.
So they wouldn't even be here to say they've been here for 9 fucking years.
No, unless he somehow contacted them. They're not here. Yeah,
You're saying unless I fucking called them up for the hangout and said, hey, I got a special announcement for you to make to this fat faggot lying piece of shit. Could you tell me you've been here for 9 years even though you don't attend the academy? Is that what you're claiming? Can you fucking answer a straight question?
Yeah, no, nobody said they were here for 9 years.
Yeah, no shit. I love how this guy repeats it twice as if it's a fact. You fat, cowardly fucking faggot. 9 fucking years. How the fuck could an idiot be signed up to a self-help website? First of all, we're not a self-help website, you dumb motherfucker. And we teach, I can't tell you how many podcasts and how many times we say, we're not a self-help website because self-help does not help. We're not a self-help website, you fucking idiot. In fact, we criticize self-help websites. You won't get help unless you learn how to depend on other people in relationships. This is not a self-help website, you idiot. But you wouldn't know that because you don't have the mental acumen to even think to research what you're criticizing, you dumb motherfucker. Okay, a self-help website for 9 years and not realize that it's not fucking helping them. If they are just as faggy when they signed up. I don't even know who you're talking about. You're obviously lying, so how can I even address that? You're making up a fictional character who has been here before the Academy's invented, and now you're saying that this guy's a failure, this fictional character. What are you talking about, Harry Potter? You dumb motherfucker?
Does he have a specific name?
No, obviously not. If he had a specific name, we could call even more bullshit. Of course he didn't name specifics. He's talking about his imaginary friend or his stuffed animal. I don't know who he's talking about 9 fucking years. That's an utter lie. Nobody ever said that. Don't you think if the professor actually had a good idea, more than a few dozen people would be signed up to this site? So you're telling me there's only a few dozen people signed up here. You're telling me that you looked at the map of all the people who have written to me over the years and have said they've gotten help from me. All the posts from the various people here. If you were just if you weren't such a dumb fat faggot, you could have easily gone into the visitor section and just counted physically all the people who have thanked the Academy for their help. And not even counting students, just visitors alone. You would have seen many people from virtually every continent. We're still trying to get China, but we might actually have a student in China. But we have people, visitors, supporters, students, guests from nearly every funky continent who have written letters over the years. We posted in the review section, who have joined the forum. Some people write me, they don't join the forum, they just thank me for their help. I can't tell you how many people have been through this Academy through the years. A couple dozen? Are you fucking stupid? That's a rhetorical question. The answer is yes, you are stupid. Signed up to self-help verse 9 fucking... Okay, I mean, you guys can't seriously believe that you are just the select few who found the truth in your little online social club and all of society is wrong. So you're saying... You're claiming that all of society is just like you. They're cowardly fucking faggots just like you, who make lying accusations, fraudulent accusations behind their keyboards and act like scared fucking faggots when they actually have to confront their accusers. You're claiming that everybody's just like you, in other words. You're a joke. You're a fat faggot embarrassment to yourself. And then after the professor leaves, all the students talk behind his back about how he was so competent. Why isn't he in a functioning relationship? Why do his relationships never last? Well, we definitely have dumb motherfuckers asking that question. I even addressed that question from students yesterday. There's two ways to answer this. Number one, if I'm, let's say I'm the best basketball player in the world. Let's say I'm Michael Jordan. Or if you're a hater, let's say I'm Kobe. We'll even throw in Wilt Chamberlain. Just take your pick. You're the best basketball player in the world. Let's say I'm Michael Jordan, just for argument's sake, alright? I'm the best basketball player in the world. And I want to play a basketball game. I want to showcase my skills. I want to showcase my dunking skills, my dribbling skills, my passing skills, my court generalship, right? I've trained for years. I've trained for 20 some odd years. Doing push-ups, running wind sprints, shooting 500 baskets a day, shooting free throws, putting myself in pressure situations, testing myself mentally, taking charges and scrimmages, right? I've been training and developed the highest skill in the world. I'm the most skilled basketball player in the world. And I walk into a kindergarten class, and I say, who's going to test me? Who's going to check me? How great a game do you think I'm going to play against kindergartners? Even I'm the most skilled basketball player in the world. How great a game am I going to have, hesitator?
You're going to have a bad game.
Why? I'm the most skilled basketball player. Why would I dare have a bad game? How dare you accuse me of having a bad game? I'm skilled. I'm Michael Jordan. I have the best skills.
Because no one else is at your level.
Oh, so you're saying a relationship is mutual and that both people have to satisfy the other person's needs in the relationship.
Exactly. Needs two to tango.
Needs two to tango, exactly. Couldn't have said it better. So, one person has to be meeting the other person's needs, and the other person has to be meeting my needs. If the other person doesn't have the skill to give me a challenge. I can't showcase my skills. What am I going to do, dunk over a kindergartner and say, oh, I'm showcasing my skills? There's no challenge. There's nothing to stimulate me. Same with the students in this academy. Very few students here can stimulate me because they themselves are here for training. They're learning how to stimulate others. They don't know how to state the expectation that they need a relationship with another person. They don't know how to enforce that expectation yet. So if they can't meet my social needs, how can I have a relationship with somebody who isn't skilled enough to meet my needs? It's not possible. It doesn't matter how skilled I am, because a relationship is a matter of necessity. I need the other student as much as the student needs me. So with the students, I can't have a relationship until they're at my skill level. And we can have a limited relationship as much as I've trained them and as far as they've developed their skill in stating their expectation to have a relationship with me and enforcing that expectation. Yeah, to that extent I can have a relationship with them. But again, they're in the process of learning social interaction, so they're not that skilled yet. So that's going to be, I'm going to go unsatisfied in that regard. You know, just the same as if I'm Michael Jordan and the only people to play basketball against are kindergartners, I'm not going to be satisfied, even though I'm the most trained basketball player in the world. Doesn't matter. A relationship is mutual, based on necessity. Okay, so that's non-romantic relationships. That's bro relationships, guy relationships. Let's talk romantic relationships now. When I was a young lad, my very first, it wasn't even a relationship, I was just unrequited love. I was pining after a girl in high school, and she didn't love me back. I didn't know how to get her to love me. So that was unrequited love. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just thought, like, I had to be like you, a fat, scared faggot keyboard warrior, and type my love, or write her poems, and yet I was too scared to tell her that I wanted a relationship with her, and I was too scared to even enforce my expectations. So there's no way I was getting a relationship with this super hot chick who dated an NFL running back and some other dude. She's like a star fucker. She's gorgeous. So there's no way I was getting with her. I was in the same area as her, so I could talk to her every now and then, but I was basically chasing after her for 5 years, and it just didn't work out. So it didn't work out because I had no skill, first of all. I had no skill in developing a relationship. So yes, before I came here to the academy, I was not very good at relationships. Then, through trial and error, and through help from people along the way, I started trying to engineer relationships and figure out how they worked. And then, once I figured out how to get a girl to fall in love with me, from that point on, when I got into a relationship that I would consider longer than, say, a month, which you would deem serious, every girl has fallen in love with me. Not without exception. Any girl who has been in a relationship, long-term relationship with me, has fallen in love with me. Without exception. No girl has dumped me. You could say a girl has dumped me, but that's just because I wasn't into the girl. So, for example, I was dating this bank teller. We'll call her bank teller. And she broke up with me, but she didn't really break up with me. I broke up with her because I wasn't into her. It was nice to have her. She was cute and everything, great body and everything. But it just wasn't the girl I was looking for. So it was kind of like a placeholder. So while I was dating her, I was also dating other girls. She found out one day, because I wasn't attempting to hide it. I think I fucked this chick on her period, and there was period blood on the sheets, and I thought, well, I could change that, or I just could not fucking give a shit about it. And I left it there. And the other girl came over and she saw that, and then I was like, on one hand I was thinking, oh, wait a second, I should have fucking got rid of that sheet, because now that she knows that's another girl, I try to lie and say my knee was bleeding, which was utter bullshit. She dived down to my knee to check. No, my knee was barely even nicked. I had a little basketball scrape, but not enough to cause that fucking blood puddle on the sheets. And I was thinking about it, I thought, oh fuck, I'm so dumb, I should have taken those sheets off. But then I rethought about it again, later, when I was clear-headed, I thought, the reason why I didn't remove the sheets is not because I didn't want her to find out I was fucking other girls. It's that I didn't care. It wasn't an urgent matter for me. I wasn't like, I fucked her and I saw the blood on the sheets. I obviously saw it, and I thought, oh, I'll get to it later. Whereas if I was trying to hide it from her, I would have thought, oh, that needs to be gotten rid of immediately. I need to ditch that, throw it in the washer, do whatever. I was just nonchalant about it. I saw it, I'll get to it later. So it really wasn't a big deal to hide the fact that I was dating other girls to this one girl. So when she found out about it, I was like, oh, no, don't, it was something else. She broke up with me. But not because I didn't attract her and she didn't fall in love with me, but because I wasn't in love with her. If I was in love with her, obviously I wouldn't be dating other girls. Obviously I wouldn't be looking for other girls. So I just wasn't into her. I wasn't doing the things necessary to maintain the relationship. She had already fallen in love with me. She already told me she was in love with me. Did I tell her I was in love with her? I never told her I was in love with her. So it was just a one-way relationship. The fact that she broke it up, technically she broke it off with me, But in reality, I was never with her in my mind. So I was with her for a year. No, actually, 8 months to a year, somewhere around there, for a pretty long time. I mean, she was a cool girl to hang out with, but I just didn't consider myself in a relationship with her. So I was doing things that single guys would do. I was dating around, I was calling other girls, I was talking to other girls. So I wasn't really in a relationship with her. So she broke up with me because her heart was broken, not because she didn't love me. That's totally different. Again, no girl has ever dumped me. Any girl who has dumped me, like I said, has been one where I've been dating other girls and wasn't into the girl. But technically speaking, some girls have technically dumped me, but it was only because I wasn't into them like this girl, and I just was dating other girls at the same time. So, but when I learned how to form relationships, I learned how to do it the right way because all the girls fell in love with me. Every single one without exception. After the one girl who was unrequited love. Now, in between those, I obviously fucked many chicks, but they weren't permanent. It wasn't something you would consider a relationship where I'd fuck a girl and, we'd hang out later. It was more like either a one-night stand or just a fuck buddy every now and then. I had a neighbor. I used to have a fuck. She would come over after she went to a club. She'd say, oh, the guys suck. She'd just come over to my house. So, no problem attracting a girl after that. But again, to find a girl that you love, it's not something you could just force to happen. I can't just force myself to like some. I mean, there was a couple of these girls that I dated long term that if I had the choice, I would still be with them. If I could force myself to have feelings for them, I would still be with them. I mean, they were gorgeous girls. One was a Czech model from the Czech Republic. She even taught me that Czechoslovakia was split up into two republics or whatnot. Uninteresting facts, but I learned about a lot of different things from her. But on paper, she was great. She was beautiful, but I just was not into the girl ultimately. So I didn't want to keep going on and breaking her heart, in the long run if I stayed with her long enough. So I just broke it off with her. So you can't force yourself to like a girl. I know these dumb students like to talk behind my back, and because I don't talk about this with them. Ironically, you, the fat faggot stranger who's making criticisms against me, have actually caused me to talk about things I don't talk about with the students. Yet these students who are so fucking delusional, they daydream and they're like chicks. They gossip, right? They're trained by chicks. They're raised by single mothers, so they gossip and they think they have theories about how relationships work. They have no fucking clue what they're doing, and of course they're going to question my abilities as if I'm just teaching you things out of a book that I thought sounded good. If I just thought they were nice sounding theories, I wouldn't have the balls to debate you cowardly faggots over the webcam. I wouldn't have the balls to put my work under public scrutiny. But the reason I have balls is because I'm not gambling on a theory. It would be one thing. I guess you would say I'm really ballsy if I didn't know if this theory worked or not, and I just put it out there in the public and I invited critics to examine it. That would be one thing. That would be either really ballsy or really stupid. But I don't consider what I'm doing to be that ballsy, even though outwardly speaking it appears ballsy, because it's like let's say I'm a test pilot and I broke the speed of sound in the SR-71 Blackbird. I just went Mach 7 or something like that. Well, I know it's possible for me to break the speed of sound in that airplane. And let's say you've never thought it even possible to conceive of a plane going that fast. And you go, no, that's not possible. That's crazy. That's lunatic theory. That's nonsense. You're breaking the laws of physics. Well, it's not that brave of me to debate you, because I'm debating based on experience. I've actually done it. I've already done it. I've already broken the sound barrier. I've already flown in the SR-71.
Professor, you're cutting in and out.
Don't worry, it's recording. I've already broken the sound barrier. I've already proven that I can do it. I already know I can do it. I've already demonstrated it for myself. So debating you doesn't take me any balls. But for you, it might seem like balls because it's a theory to you. Same thing with social interaction. Same thing with talking to girls. Same thing with forming relationships with guys. I've done it already. I know how to do it. I know how to do it successfully. The girl I'm dating right now, she's already in love with me. So I already know how to do it. I already know how to. That's why I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you what I already have done, not what I think is doable or sounds like a good idea or is feel-good theory. I already do it. I've demonstrated it. I know how to do it. I've done it. That's why I'm so confident to debate you. As we teach at the Academy, your confidence should be based on your competence, what you've already done, what you've already accomplished, what you can already do, the skill you already have. That's what I already have. That's why I can debate scared faggot keyboard warriors like you. So I hope that sheds more light on my dating life and my ability to form relationships. And I hope that answers your bullshit accusations. And also addresses some of the student concerns, because I know the students have this concern. And I did address it informally with them in a hangout last night. But for the purposes of this debate and for public scrutiny from cowardly faggots like you, I'm going to put this out in the public for them to judge. But they're too stupid and too stop short of realizing that obviously he has no idea, Caps, what the fuck he is talking about, or he would be with a woman and probably married and with children at this point. You think I'd be married with children, you dumb fat motherfucker, even though we have a thread in the visitor section that says, say yes to relationships and no to marriage? What makes you think I would be married under the current state's feminist laws that penalize men for if they get into a divorce? Now, I already talked about this also with a student. I think I might have talked about this during your debate, actually. I'm not sure, but I definitely talked about it yesterday in a hangout or in a debate. I'm not sure whether it was your debate, where I can get into a relationship with a girl and not worry about getting divorced. But that doesn't mean I would get divorced, because the divorce contract is still a bad business contract. Even though I have business skill, and the girl I am getting into a business relationship with also has equal business skill and is operating in good faith. I'm just using a company analogy here. Just say she's IBM and I'm Google, and we want to merge. If we're both operating in good faith and we know how to run a functional business, there's no problem. We don't even have to worry about the business breaking up. But I wouldn't marry a person on principle, even though I wouldn't worry about the marriage, because I know how to run a relationship and I've already demonstrated that successfully. So it's not a concern of getting divorced, but of the state enacting feminist laws and putting me under a feminist business contract, a very bad, the worst business contract in the history of business contracts. And you better believe that marriage is a business in this state, in this society, under this feminist culture. I would never dare to sign that contract that represents the epitome of feminism. Represents the epitome of female entitlement and female favoritism. I would never fucking dare to sign that contract. Now, that's why we say yes to relationships, because you can get the exact same thing from a functional relationship, which is what a marriage ceremonially is about anyway. A marriage is about relationships. A marriage, I'm sorry, did I say that right? A marriage is like a ceremonial announcement of what you already have in your real life, dispositionally, a relationship with another person. So if you can have a functional relationship, and then for, a testimony of that relationship, you go out and say, we're officially getting married, we're getting a cake, we're getting a wedding dress, we're tying the knot, we're exchanging rings, we're exchanging vows. Well, all of that means nothing if you don't have a functional relationship first. That ceremony of a joining of the union of a man and a woman means nothing, as we already know, because the divorce rate is ridiculously high under all feminist cultures. That ceremony of marriage means nothing if the actual underlying principle of marriage, meaning you are able to form a functional relationship, if that principle isn't there, then the ceremony of marriage means nothing. And definitely the bullshit business contract purporting to represent the marriage vows, which they obviously do not, they're all about money, that means nothing. So you can have a functional marriage even without a business contract. Now, maybe officially the state wouldn't recognize you as married for business contracts and tax purposes. That's another story. But if you just want to say you want to have a marriage ceremony without officially going down to City Hall and getting married, you can do that. That's fine. Because that's all a marriage should be. It's only been perverted and distorted and mutated into this financial grab for women through the feminist state. When men sign these dotted lines, the worst business contracts in the world. That's why I would never be married under this feminist regime. Functional relationship, yes. Marriage, the ceremony, the feminist bad business contract, no. Again, you would have known that if you had done your homework, but you're too fucking dumb. I'm sorry. Oh, and by the way, I'm dating right now. I'm sorry, but as far as I can tell, as far as you can tell, in your limited education, this academy is full of a bunch of poor, misguided souls. Unlike you, who's so fucking brave behind your keyboard, right? Is full of poor, misguided souls who probably have legitimate neurological problem. What? Okay, all the students here have now he's a fucking, neurosurgeon. You have legitimate neurological problems. Being taken advantage of by a retard on a power trip. Who tells them to drop down and give me 20. So he's trying to equate training you socially with having a power trip by saying drop down and give you 20. I'll tell you what. Anybody here who doesn't want to drop down and give me 20, anybody who doesn't want to do what I say, please leave now, because I don't want you to be brainwashed by me any longer. Please exit stage right. Students are still here, by the way. As if he was in a fucking military boys academy. Okay, great. Last paragraph, last sentence actually, thank you. So to conclude, I would like to resign my scholarship, the one you didn't even fucking make use of because you're too fucking dumb and cowardly. I would like to resign my scholarship as maybe it could be better used by some emo faggot crybaby out there who needs some internet friends to play with. Oh, you mean like you, who hides like an emo faggot coward crybaby behind his keyboard. Ironic how you're accusing the students here, who have the balls to tell you this stuff to your face, that they're emo faggot crybabies, while you're too much of a fat faggot coward to say it to their faces. You gotta type it behind your keyboard, you scared little bitch. Come back when your panties are dry. Okay, now you can rebut. Alexis, you there?
Oh, well, I'm not him, but...
sorry, aphorism. You can rebut.
Yeah, I don't really want to rebut his hearsay from his thing.
You can rebut any of his points. You made the same faggot points yourself in the last debate. Go ahead. You can debate anything you want right now.
Oh, anything I want?
Sure.
Well, can I ask you a question really quick?
Sure.
As ridiculous as I think some of the things that you have said are, I do find...
What do you find ridiculous? Be specific.
Well, to be specific, I'll go back to what we left off on. I mean, equating the brutal rape...
Yeah, but we already debated that, and everybody said you're a fucking idiot. We already agreed you're a fucking idiot.
Debated that, but I wanted you to be specific here.
I was specific. I was specific in that debate. You weren't specific. Right. You ducked my challenges. The reason the debate ended is because you're a fucking coward, and you didn't answer any of my challenges. Ironically, unlike your faggot friend who wrote this love letter to the Academy, he at least had the balls to answer the challenges that the student put to him. You don't have the balls to do that. You should talk to your faggot friend who wrote these love poems to us. At least he has the ball, even though he wrote this faggot cowardly letter and couldn't say it to our faces, at least he had the balls to answer challenges put to him by a student. You didn't.
I'm not understanding the challenge put to me, but let me ask you this question.
Because you're a scared little bitch. Every student pointed out to you. As multiple students pointed out the challenges that you ducked. You just didn't acknowledge it.
You didn't really make a challenge. You said form equals function. I don't see how that...
you dumb motherfucker, just like I told you. See how I make a challenge? I told you the students answered you specifically. If you had a brain and you had balls, you would say, you would go to the students, you would go to the students' challenges, you would go to the debate and listen for the challenge and then answer the challenge. But you're such a scared little faggot, you dodge it. You dodge it. You dodge it. It's not specific. What are you talking about?
Can I ask you so I can get some clarity around this?
You're not getting clarity because you're a scared fucking faggot. If you actually wanted clarity, you would go to the specific challenges and you would answer the specific challenges. That's how you would get clarity. You're not going to get clarity by making blanket accusations that are vague and have no specific basis. If you're going to be a cowardly faggot like that, you're never going to gain clarity.
Oh,
Hello?
my mic was muted. Can I ask you a specific question?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, in that specific instance, where we had that one girl that was brutally raped, you said they were...
assuming she was brutally raped and assuming the girl was telling the truth.
Let's take that hypothetical, assume she was brutally raped by this guy that she was in a relationship.
Right.
You say they were both accountable. What punishment... There's two accountabilities here, right? You say there's accountability for the woman and there's accountability for the rapist. So...
if we're going to call him a rapist, we have to have an equally degrading term for the woman who is taking advantage of male libido. Should we call it? What are we going to call? We'll call it the sexual predator, since she's taking advantage of his libido to form a relationship with him.
You can call her a sexual predator.
Okay, so we have a sexual predator versus a rapist. Now that's fair. That's equal. They're taking equal accountability. So you're asking what?
I'm asking you what punishment they both deserve. Like
who? What punishment? Who deserves?
For both of them, you say they're both wrong.
Who do we label them? Answer the labels. Who do you want? Who do you want to address?
I want to know the punishment for both of them. I want you to know the punishment that you want for the rapist, the punishment you want for the sexual predator.
Okay, the rapist punishment and the sexual predator's punishment. Well, there would never even be the opportunity for a rapist, so that's a non-issue. Like I already addressed that previously. Obviously you didn't listen to the answer. I said whether she just got a slap or whether the rapist, well, it wouldn't be a rapist if he just slapped her. Whether the guy just slapped her, or whether he cut her head off. It's irrelevant whether the punishment is, or whether the crime is super, super, super light with just a slap, or super, super, super heavy with her head being decapitated. In either case, it's irrelevant if we only address the accountability of the guy. If we don't address the accountability of the sexual predator, then it's irrelevant to even talk about it. Who cares if he slapped her? Who cares if he cut her head off? If only the men are going to be blamed by default, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the punishment is. It's always going to be unfair. It's always going to be unfair if he cut her head off and you only punish him. It's always going to be unfair if he just slapped her, if you only blame him. In either case, it's unfair.
I'm giving you the opportunity to allocate blame as you see fit. I'm asking you, the reason why it's relevant to know how you want to punish both of them is because I need to know specifically how we want to achieve what you want. You want to hold them both accountable.
Right. Oh, okay. I would punish them just like you would punish single mothers. Listen to this. If right now we actually subsidize and encourage single motherhood by paying women to have kids, so this only encourages them to have kids. If we stop subsidizing single mothers and we cut off money to single mothers, then we won't produce single mothers. So if you cut off the incentive for becoming a single mother, that cuts off the incentive for the dysfunctional behavior. Same with dealing with a sexual predator. If you tell a sexual predator from the beginning she's going to be accountable for her behavior, and you're not going to blame a guy. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish the example with a single mother. So the problem people say is, well, if you cut off money to single mothers, the kids will starve. I agree. The kids will starve. They'll enter bad times. She'll have to start hooking, stealing food, or the kids will just have to literally starve because she's irresponsible. Is it fair that the kids starve? No. But should there be that suffering to teach her a lesson? Yes. Unfortunately, if you don't deal with bad behavior, bigger problems arise. Unfortunately, when you create single mothers and you incentivize them, they create dangerous situations for all of society. The only way to do something about it is to disincentivize them, to take away their money. If you take away their money, there's still going to be a generation of women, or at least some women, who start out having babies. Still thinking they're on the government teat. Still thinking they're getting free money from men. If you cut off that money, suddenly they're going to find themselves with children they can't feed, with children they can't take care of, with apartments they can't pay, with utility bills they can't afford. Then they're going to have a shitty life. Their kids are going to suffer, and they're going to suffer. Is it right that the kids suffer? No. But should we blame the government and men for not paying her? Is that why the kids are suffering? No. The kids are suffering because of her bad choices. Because she wasn't accountable. That's why they're suffering. So it seems unfair that the kids just are involved in this. They're just third parties. They just came into the world. They didn't have a choice to be born. But they're not suffering because the government isn't paying her. They're not suffering because guys aren't just giving her free money and paying her bills. They're suffering because she is a fucking idiot, an irresponsible idiot, and is bringing them into the world to suffer. It is her fault they're suffering. Just like if you jump off a cliff, it's your fault when you die. Now, to drive this point home, we're going to say, look, we'll protect you from rapists that jump out on this. If you're walking down the street and somebody jumps out of the street from behind the bushes and takes advantage of you and rapes you, we'll punish him to the full extent of the law. I'll even recommend the death penalty. How's that? Okay? For a guy who jumps out of the street. But with a caveat that if she's dating irresponsibly, meaning she gets into a relationship to take advantage of male libido without putting out, I'm going to say, buyer beware. You're going to be irresponsible. You're going to reap the consequences of your irresponsible behavior. If you say you went on a date, and on the third date he raped you, on the fifth date he raped you, or you were in a marriage and at some point he raped you, guess what I'm going to tell you? Dummy, don't get into a fucking relationship if you can't handle the consequences. If you're too fucking stupid to choose your partners, then get your dad to do it or a competent male to do it for you so they can bear the responsibility for your decision, which you're too dumb and too childish and too immature to handle. That's my answer.
So I agree with you on the single mother point. I mean...
Well, then you agree with me. If you agree with me on the single mother point, then you agree with me on this point too. It's the same point.
Not necessarily. It's not the same point.
It is the same point. Because in both cases, somebody's suffering.
But the suffering is different. And
no, it's not different.
It's a different series of events.
Kids are suffering because of her. Kids are suffering. They didn't choose to suffer. They didn't choose to come into the world and say, hey, I want to be born so I can suffer along with this dumb bitch you had me. But they're going to be experiencing the suffering. You might call it innocent suffering if you want. But they're going to be suffering because of her, through no fault of their own. Do you think they deserve to suffer?
Yes.
Oh, they deserve... So the eggs in her womb, coupled with his sperm, they're just born. They had no say in the matter, and they just come into this world. They deserve that suffering.
I think if an organism cannot sustain its own life, and nobody else is willing to do it for it, then it deserves whatever happens to it, even if it's a child.
Okay, so you just made my point for me. You, ironically, you're crying like a white knight little bitch about the chick getting broken ribs, and now... just with the same mouth, you're telling me you have such callous disregard for children who had no say in the matter. Fuck them. They get to suffer. That's perfectly justified. How can you make your case like that? You said last time, it was so horrible, her ribs were broken. Oh my God, she's suffering. And now I just asked you about these kids who had no say in the matter in the single mom affair, and they're just born in the world. They have to suffer because of single mom's choice. Too bad. Organism's choices. Too fucking bad. Yes, it's right for the kids to suffer. How can you fucking... Do you see your delusional argument here?
Well, the thing with the woman is she was assaulted. The kids weren't assaulted.
Right. The kids deserved it. They deserved to suffer and go be starved to death. They deserved it. In your words.
They deserve it just as much as the single mother who makes bad choices.
Great. Okay. All right. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but I can't. I'm so shocked that you can't see the absurdity of your position, that you think these kids who had no say in the matter deserve the suffering, and yet you're playing white knight for a chick who got her ribs broken, even though she caused that by putting herself in the bad situation. I just think that's absurd.
Well, people put themselves in risky situations all the time. You wouldn't say...
Argument. This is
Oh yeah, we've already covered this. Okay, we covered that already.
Okay, well, we'll go on to something different then. I'm just saying risky situations
Yeah, we already know you don't know what you're talking about. We already covered that in the last debate, and the audience already chimed in. Let's move on.
Let's talk about something else. You say you're obviously very anti-government to a degree.
What?
Well, I mean, you're anti-taxes. You're all.
I'm anti-taxes. What? Where do you get this from?
I mean, you don't want to pay for these social programs to help single mothers, or things
because
like that.
I don't want to pay for single mothers. I'm anti-taxes.
Well, I mean, you're anti-taxes to a degree. You think the government's run amok with the feminism.
Okay,
and
let's say we had to pay taxes on slavery, and I don't want to pay taxes because I don't think slavery is right. Does that mean I'm anti-taxes?
My statement here is that you disagree with the current state of affairs.
Are you answering my challenge or not? This is why I don't want to debate you, because you're not answering my challenge.
Well, because it's not a challenge.
It is a challenge. All right, fuck off. You're too dumb to debate me. You're too dumb to debate me. All right, class is already over. Let's get some audience reaction. Oh, by the way, this is being recorded and will be released in our YouTube debate about me debating this fat faggot. So if you don't want to be recorded, of course, same rules apply. Voice is distorted. You don't have to give your opinion. You can leave right now, but everybody that wants to give their opinion, stay. If you don't want to give your opinion, get out. Payson.
Okay. Did you say Payson, Professor?
Yes. If you don't want to give your opinion, get out now. I only want people in here who want to give their opinion. Go.
Okay. So, I mean, it was so weird. It was so bewildering reading Alexis's letter to the Academy. I mean, and look, I was in a hangout with them last night, and this guy was timid as fuck. I mean, before he even like we were talking about something, and he was going to talk about something that wasn't related to what we were talking about. So he asked for permission before he could even talk. He was like, "Is it okay if I talk about this?" And blah, blah, blah. Like, he seemed like such a timid little bitch. But in this fucking letter to the Academy, I mean, he sounds like the Hulk. So it's like I have never in my life experienced like this whole how do I explain this? Like, I've heard of keyboard warriors.
This is a typical keyboard warrior. This is exactly what they're like.
Really? I mean, I've never experienced it. Because it's bewildering because, yeah, I've heard of keyboard warriors. I hear that they're tough online, and I always wonder, like, what do these guys look like in person? And I guess Alexis Chanel was my answer. And I'm just fucking shocked. Like, he didn't...
It's usually the quiet, timid guys in real life. The guys are, hey, very soft-spoken. Those are the biggest keyboard warriors. The guys who suppress everything. The guys who are tough in their head. Those are usually the keyboard warriors, the quiet, timid ones. He's the epitome of a keyboard warrior.
That's what I thought. Okay. I like that you went over his letter, because I actually did feel a little threatened by what he was saying. Like, he was like, oh, the Academy students are just bitches whining about this, whining about that. But then you made the point of, oh, he's the real bitch because he's the one who's keeping all this shit in his head. Like, he didn't say any of this during the hangout. What the fuck? He was just talking about evolution and shit. Like, just useless crap. And he sounded timid as fuck when he was talking about it. Like, talking at 100 miles per second. Blah, 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 blah. His voice was all low, and he was like a super shy faggot. So, I'm just glad you exposed this clown. And I think that this is a guy who I'd want to see in real life and embarrass. Just because he tried to embarrass the Academy here. Like, I'd want to make his life miserable. So that's me.
Well, don't worry, you're too timid to do that.
What'd you say?
Don't worry, you're too timid to do that.
I won't be too timid.
Yeah.
Here, give me a year.
Shut up. 505.
Oh yeah, very distracted. One thing I liked about this was how you answered the question about relationships. I've actually always been curious about that. And one thing is also about marriage, because I also had the same idea. Just have a fucking sanctimonial marriage without the legal contract. So
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, and actually, yeah, because my brother is actually getting married, and I actually want to talk to him about that, but I'm not sure what to say, because he's already proposed to her, and they're doing this, and that's all I have for now.
Okay, the hesitator.
It's weird to me how it's funny to me how these guys pop off the internet and they're calling us all these names. They come out saying we're really creepy, we're faggy, and then we finally get to what they actually think. And I'm just like, who the fuck is this? And he's talking about kids. What kids being? They should suffer because they don't know how to survive on their own. It's like, where do these views come from?
I love how they accuse us of having radical views. And he's got no problems throwing his kid to the wolves. And he says he deserves it. Sorry, he deserves it. Organisms who can't protect themselves deserve to suffer.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right.
babies just deserve it. I don't get it. There's
Thank you,
another
Terminator.
guy you debated last time who was saying like the age of consent for kids need to be lowered. Anyways, so this guy, I was wondering at the end if he was starting to realize that he is an idiot because he asked you a question about, he's like, oh, are you anti-taxes? And you're like, no, like, you're rebutting him. And he kept on changing what he's saying. He's like, oh, no, I didn't mean that. I meant this. I wonder if at that point he was starting to realize that he was full of shit.
No. The answer is no.
Okay.
Oranges.
I really enjoyed listening to the professor open up and talk about his past relationships. That's something I've never heard about, something I've always been curious about, and it's nice to hear. And
Something I would never tell you in person.
Pardon me?
Something I would never talk to you about in person.
Yeah, which is why...
You particularly. I don't mean you collectively. I mean you particularly.
Yeah, of course. But I loved how the professor cared about his expectations. He was very passionate about what he's doing, and he inspired me to get that passionate about what I should be.
Are you calling me a passionate lover?
Take it whatever way you wish, Prof.
Okay, thank you.
That's the end of my opinion.
Soul Brother.
I could tell right off the bat that this guy was a fucking idiot. I mean, just listen to this fucking guy when he first came on here, talking all that shit.
Talking all that bullshit.
I cannot fucking wait for him to be fucking dominated by you, man. Seriously. I'm fucking happy that it finally fucking happened.
I just wish you spoke English.
What the hell is this guy thinking anyway? Where do these fucking ideas come from?
I don't know.
I have a reaction. I'm embarrassed because a lot of these guys that give these shitty reactions are in my pronunciation class.
I mean, I can understand every third word, so it's improving, I guess.
Oh, God. This guy, how do you fucking think that, how could he reason that a kid could somehow be responsible for, those actions? It's fucking baffling, man. That's it for me, man. That's
Okay.
it for me.
Black Man 3000. Were you here for the debate?
Yes, sir, I was.
Go for it.
All right, yeah, fuck this guy. He's just like you said, man, a bitch. That time. I think the thing that really got me the most, though, is how he was talking about how our views are radical and how, what else was it that he said? Fuck. Something about just pretty much what it was that you were teaching here was nonsense. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's not bullshit. I mean, I obviously feel more confident myself based upon what you're teaching that, hey, look, I have the capacity to be great. I just got to get here and train. So I already know feeling better about just learning that. Shit, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I just like this motherfucker. He needs to get the fuck out and go. Or, well, if he doesn't want to sign up and train, yeah, he can take a long walk on a short pier. I'm done.
long walk off a short pier. Pinata.
The first thing I want to say is that, yeah, I did act like a chick last night. But that's why I'm here at this academy, so I can learn not to be so emotional. But this guy comes in here trying to pretend like if he's better than me or better than the academy. I mean, if he thinks he's so much better than the academy or the students at the academy, why doesn't he open up his own academy and start teaching the students what he knows? I'm pretty sure no one will join his fucking academy because he's a fucking pussy-ass keyboard warrior. Obviously, he doesn't want to put his views under public scrutiny. That's why he's sending a PM. That's why he's not even fucking here. Instead, he sent the other guy to come through. How fucking bitch is that? That was a bitch nigga. And that's that shit I don't like.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was whining, but you know what? At least I have the balls to admit that there are times that I act like a bitch, that I act like a girl. But this guy, he's just sitting there like a fucking passive faggot. It's so ironic and so fucking hypocritical. And the worst thing is that he doesn't fucking get it. You know, part of me is like, no, Pinata, you should understand, it's not him, it's his training. It's his training when he's an idiot. But I can't help to feel like, upset, like, fucking, this motherfucker, like, who you fucking kidding me? You're no one. Motherfucker, you're a fucking piece of dirt. You're a fucking piece of gum under my shoe. I take you off with a fork and throw you in the trash, motherfucker.
Okay, this isn't a rap battle.
Those words.
This is
those words. They hurt me so.
Oh, he's here! The brave keyboard warriors finally arrived.
Finally, he's here. But I'm giving my reaction right now, and then you'll go out.
No, you're. This isn't a rap battle. You're good, Pinata.
Well,
Go ahead, Alexis. Did you hear any of it? Were you here just you timidly waiting in the background, or did you just come in?
Oh, I was taking it all in.
Oh, so you were here the whole time. You could have just said that. You could have just read your own post.
No. I wanted to hear it in your own words.
Okay, so what's your response? You heard me rebut all your points. What's your response?
All right, you want me to go through it point by point?
Point by point. No, we actually don't have time. You're gonna have to reschedule if you want a real debate. But can you give me a synopsis? Sum it up your reaction to the debate here. By the way, you're the fat faggot keyboard warrior who sent this message to us and didn't have the balls to say any of this to our faces, or to my face specifically. So please go ahead. Please go ahead and respond. Please go ahead and respond.
Do you misunderstand why I would not bring this up in a debate or one of your classes?
No, please tell me why.
Have you not?
Please tell me the reason why you're so brave behind your keyboard.
Keyboard in which putting a
DB,
text that I can send to
DB,
you to where you can
please
actually
don't
read a
laugh.
point,
Hold on.
as opposed to
Hold on. DB, please don't laugh while our guest is talking. Thank you.
Okay.
That's rude. Sorry, I had to reprimand a student for laughing while you're speaking. I don't like it when students gang up on people during a debate. That's bullshit. It's just you and me. Go ahead.
You're so kind.
Your faggot sarcasm notwithstanding. Go ahead.
As opposed to having a one-off debate with Professor where you guys just mute the other person's mic and have Professor has priority speaker. I'm not sure. I think
Priority speaker? You dumb motherfucker. Didn't I already address that?
Do you know what priority speaker means? It means when we get into the shouting match where you're yelling and I'm yelling.
Hey, fucktard. Did you listen to the last debate? Fucktard. Did you listen to the last debate? Hey, fucktard.
All this stuff that
Listen.
just drowns out any points.
Fucktard. Did you listen to the last debate when your buddy your buddy and me were getting into it, and the moderator muted both of us in turns? Did you hear that at all?
No. I heard the moderator say, okay, I'm muting everybody now, and then literally 5 seconds later, I hear you chime up and say, listen here, you fucking retard. He mutes you for...
No, you know what? He muted me. Listen. He muted...
5 seconds later, you're talking again.
Listen, faggot, listen, I'm gonna explain it to you. Hey, I'm explaining it to your tiny brain. Listen. He muted me during the debate, but you could still hear my voice on the recording. I realized that, and I realized, oh, that's not fair. I shouldn't be talking while I'm muted. So I respected when I saw the mute sign on there, I shut up because he muted me and the other people couldn't hear me while they were speaking, but you could still hear me on the actual recording since I'm doing the recording. So I realized that wasn't fair. That's why I shut up. I realized I was talking over, I remember A-Team said something and I was talking and I shut up because I realized I shouldn't be talking because I'm muted technically and they won't understand what's going on. So whenever I was muted, I was not speaking. He was speaking. And then when it was my turn to speak, I spoke. And you could definitely hear that in the recording. You could just go to the recording to see that.
Yeah,
so,
I think you can go to the recording to see that you speak up 5 seconds later. I mean, like you said...
5 seconds? We could go to the actual recording, you dumb faggot!
It's an issue.
No, you're a dumb faggot. We could go to the recording and prove you a liar. Look, we already know you're a liar. You said, which student? Please name the specific student who said 9 years he was here. Which student? Can you repeat that twice? Which one?
Point still stands. It was Chaiwa. I heard that he was here for 9 years.
Oh, you heard he was here for 9 years. From who? From who?
I believe somebody else said it. I was in.
Oh, you believe who? Who said it?
Can I ask you this though? 5.5 years.
Who said it? Who said it?
I don't remember who said it.
Of course you don't remember because you're full of shit.
But he's been here for 5.5 years, has he not? 5.5 years versus 9 years. Isn't that much crazier? Chaiwa, you've been here for 5.5 years. At what point do you graduate from this academy?
Shut up.
Do you ever graduate?
Hold on. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I apologize for this asshole puppy cat interrupting you. Puppy cat, shut the fuck up.
Is it not that drastic of a difference, 5 years versus 9 years? I mean, to still be in the academy for 5 years, at what point?
Well, what do you think the difference is between a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old? Do you think there's any difference in development? Do you think there's any difference between practicing basketball for 5 years and practicing it for 9 years? Do you think there's any difference between practicing pole for 5 years and practicing it for 9 years? Do you think there's any difference?
My point being, it's still a ridiculous point in time. Chaiwa has been here longer than it takes to get a bachelorate degree in engineering.
Okay, I would love for 5.5-year Chaiwola to debate scared faggot you.
Okay, what does he want to debate about?
By the way, you're so brave behind your keyboard. Why aren't you calling me a fat, emo faggot crybaby? Why aren't you doing that? You have no problem saying, fuck you, idiot, I'm an idiot here. And now you say, this is exactly how you say you're a timid, hypocritical faggot.
No, I don't think you're a faggot. I think you're just a retard who's pretty...
Oh, you know, so that's why you called me faggot 500 times in your post here, is that right?
No, I didn't call you faggot. I called you a retard.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, so you weren't here when we were actually reading this post.
Even I know the professor is a complete fucking retard. I call your students faggots. I don't call you a faggot. I call you a retard. It's taking advantage of faggots. You're stupid. And and you take advantage of people who are socially incompetent, as you would like to call it.
And you're socially competent. That's why you hide behind your keyboard. You couldn't say these things to our faces.
There's a difference between you saying, like, oh, I wonder how much, like, pussy you get, you fat fuck. It's a difference between wanting, like, getting pussy and hungering after pussy. I don't hunger after pussy the way, like, you're saying.
Because you're a pussy magnet, right? Is that what you're telling us? You're a pussy magnet?
No, you're misunderstanding. It's not that I get pussy. It's a matter
of course you don't get pussy!
It's a matter...
You're a joke! There's no fucking way you're getting pussy!
It's a fundamental misunderstanding of where your priority should be. Is your whole life to give
I like how a guy who gets no pussy... I like how a guy who gets no pussy is lecturing a guy who can't get pussy. You're hilarious.
You have to get going because you're getting to your blowjob appointment soon, right? Is that what life's all about for you? Is getting blowjobs, next blowjob, the next blowjob? Like, is that what life is all about for you?
Wait. Okay, even if it would still be better than your life. But I don't teach that. Even I don't teach that. I mean, that sounds good on paper. Your argument sounds. Listen, your argument is you're so retarded. The people listening to this have just heard. You think lives are about getting blowjobs, so you think that by getting blowjobs you're better than me? Everybody in the audience right now, every uneducated person in the audience right now is screaming, yes, you fat faggot. They are saying, yes, life is about blowjobs. But I am the one who is on the receiving end. Listen, on the receiving end of those blowjobs, and even I of all people, with all my vast sexual experience, know that life isn't about blowjobs. And that's what I teach here and say in our ebook as well. So you're completely fucking retarded. You're completely fucking retarded when you make that accusation against me.
Your excuse for why you're not in a relationship is because marriage laws are fucked. There's a thing called a prenup. Like, you can get one of these.
I love how you're lecturing me about forming relationships when you can't even get any pussy.
It's a matter of priorities. Like,
oh, right. So you have no priority for getting a relationship, and you're lecturing me on how a relationship should run.
I would argue that you need to not have those priorities.
So you're arguing you don't have to eat, but you're going to lecture me about cooking. You don't have to breathe, but you're going to lecture me about oxygen. You don't have to drink water, but you're going to lecture me about my drinking habits.
If you had a blind man, would you not want him to see?
Well, if you're fucking blind, how would you even know what seeing is?
No, and I know you're bad with analogies, but in this analogy, you would be the blind one.
No, I know you are, but what am I? Oh, I just owned you, son. Okay, let's get next reaction. This guy's too fucking dumb to even...
Chaiwa, in your reaction, Chaiwa, tell me why
you're too fucking dumb. Look, listen, you're a dummy. Let's just get this straight. You're too dumb to be on this podcast.
Censoring me now? Censoring me? Mute my mic. You say you don't censor
me. No, listen, we got time. I'll let you have... Listen, hold on. Listen, fat faggot, listen. I'll let you have the last... Listen, fat faggot, listen.
You're a fucking censor.
Alright, hold on. No, you're dumb, fat faggot. Listen! Fat faggot, listen! Fat faggot, listen! I will let you... Fat faggot, listen. Listen, fat faggot, I will let you have the last word, but I want to get the students' reactions first. I will let you have the last word. So don't cry like a little bitch. You'll get the last word. You will get the last word. Shut your fat faggot mouth. You'll get the last word.
I'm not so sure with your censorship.
Oh, shut your faggot mouth. Get out of here. Fuck. Okay, Chewy, go ahead.
Holy shit. Did this guy leave?
No, I kicked him out.
Oh, thank God. I just want the people listening to this right now on YouTube, if you hear this, and you want to end up like this guy, then don't join the academy. But
you want to end up like a guy lecturing other people about getting blowjobs when he has no idea what a girl looks like up close?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I know we have critics listening to these debates, I know we have advocates, but either way, come here and debate or join the academy yourself, because either way you're going to learn something. Even though this guy, as delusional as he is, as crazy as he is, I'm not sure if he got through his head or not.
No, he's a fat faggot retard. Yeah, I even told that, I couldn't take it. I told that fat faggot, just shut up, I'll give you the last word. Still yapping like a little butthurt bitch.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't learn anything, but others are going to learn from his fuck up. So hopefully they can benefit from it.
Okay, do we get through it? General, go.
This one, I had trouble commenting these days because these last couple of guys have been so freaking off the map. It's no reason to even say anything.
Yeah, I think the debate speaks for itself. To call him dumb is an understatement, so it's so absurd to even comment at this point.
So I just find it ironic how the guys participate in everything, and I didn't notice till now, but I think he was in the Expression Club last night. He keeps his cam off, he's doing nothing, and the guy's over here writing this long post, super long post, criticizing the academy when he clearly has no life of his own, because someone who's living a happy life isn't going to go through all this trouble of getting into the academy, participating, coming to hangouts. I mean, how lonely do you have to be? And the guy's so stupid, he doesn't even realize he has an opportunity to form relationships with other guys here. So instead, he starts imposing his delusional female views on the academy, argues like a female, talks like a female. It was just painful to listen to him. And I mean, obviously, he's a pretty sad guy. He's talking about you don't need a woman, and it reminds me of the other guy you debated that said he was asexual. All these guys who are extremely frustrated and have been rejected so often by women are so scared of women that they now have come to their minds that they don't want anything to do with a woman. So now he's imposing his views when everything that's happened on the Academy had nothing even evolving around relationships. He came, he didn't participate in anything. I just found it just like it was just like dealing with a woman.
I like how he sneers down his nose at people who want to form relationships with women. As if playing video games all night is the epitome of life. I bet. What was he gonna challenge me with? If let's say I was so shallow to think that life was about blowjobs, I'm getting blowjobs. Let's say what is he gonna counter with? Life is about playing Warcraft, right? Life is about playing Dungeons and Dragons. What is he gonna come back at me with? I mean, even if I was that shallow, he's got no argument in either case.
He's still in here.
That's his buddy. Okay, who else? Did I get through everybody?
I didn't get to go.
Go, Paper.
Okay, I think this guy is such a lying pussy. He's talking about, if you gotta have your priorities set, bro. If you want to be an engineer, go to engineering school. You don't have time for pussy. Well, I go to engineering school. I work as a software engineer, and I still have time for pussy.
Wait, you're saying you're getting more pussy than this guy?
Huh?
You're saying you're getting more pussy than this guy?
Hell yeah.
That's hard to believe. That's hearsay.
Well, I just this guy just talking out of his ass.
I've seen you. Yeah, technically, I've seen you with a girl, but I think you may have hired her. That's hearsay.
Yeah, I paid her $50.
Yeah. All right. Well, at least you admit it. DBE.
I'm so glad that this guy didn't stay at the Academy because I was going to be his moderator. I was going to be in charge of him. And he fucking, this guy, he's so fucking retarded. He sends me this PM saying,
oh, well, the Manhood Academy students are such bitches. They're bitches, they're uber faggots. And he's sending me, this super long PM. And just sitting there, with 2 paragraphs dedicated to him just bitching about the students. I'm like, they're bitching? They're bitching. You fucking sent me a PM. You didn't even say this in a hangout. If he really just wanted to leave the Academy, he'd just leave the Academy. He'd just say, cut my scholarship, and that's it. He was frustrated. He wanted to vent, which means he didn't have the balls to say it in the hangout. And I fucking knew that. So for me, that pissed me off when I saw that PM, because I was like, dude, you are in no position to be calling anybody an uber faggot. Especially because he's saying the Academy students are uber faggots. Well, if I'm an uber faggot, you got schooled by an uber faggot in the debate, motherfucker. What now? Now you think you're gonna debate the professor? Do it. I can't wait to see this debate.
Oh,
it's
God. I already debated it. I debated his post.
So all you fucking critics out there who type on your keyboard, shut the fuck up, come and debate. Come make a post in the debate section. It's manhood101.com/forum. It's the debate section. Go there, make your post. Come on. Let's hear it.
He sounds like a hype man. Go to manhood101.com/forum and make your fucking post! Okay, Chai, finish it off. Then we gotta call this fat faggot in here to have the last word.
Alright, well, I mean, this guy is all kinds of lies at every level, so I can see it's so frustrating because he's lying, he's not accountable. He's also very butthurt that I called him out yesterday. He was in the hangout, and he was talking a million miles per hour, he was mumbling, so I had to tell him repeatedly, stop mumbling, speak up, slow down. And
he talks very fast.
Yeah, and then, on top of that, he was like, and he kept doing it, and he was like, so you guys are socially incompetent, and then I told him, I think you are socially incompetent. You talk so fast, I can't even understand. I have to tell you to slow down. And I'm pretty sure I caused him a lot of butthurt. He didn't say anything. He was like, okay. I'm like, dude, stop that. But now I can see all that butthurt where he's letting it down. Chawala, cause now he's acting so ballsy. Yesterday, even once, he didn't say if it bothered him. Then I called him socially incompetent. He didn't say anything. He was like, okay. On top of that, he's lying. He and his buddy, they think it's so clever. Now he doesn't have his webcam. It's all kinds of lies. I don't know where to stop.
He just doesn't want to be on webcam because he's a scared little bitch. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, now he's being so tough. Professor. Oh, yeah, well, I got you. Aha, they're so clever. And he can't even turn on his webcam.
So you're saying he's masturbating in his panties right now instead of turning on his webcam because he's so timid. He's a timid little bitch. Is that what you're
very timid. He can't even turn, all of a sudden now his webcam doesn't work, and he probably gets a hard-on from, you debating him and you rebutting him.
Yeah, it broke within his last debate. He probably broke it from his last debate. When he was debating us that first time, he got embarrassed, and now he broke the cam, so he wouldn't have to turn it on here.
And initially his friend said, he's not here, and then in the end it turns out he's here. There are so many lies! And then he's like, 9 years
My friend's not here, even though he said he's in the chat, he's in the hangout the whole time listening to it. Oh, I've been here the whole time listening. What a scared, timid faggot.
Yeah, it's the height of timidness and the fact that he's so delusional, now he's all ballsy. Oh, what about you? And
And yeah, everything is lies. I don't know where to start with this guy. I can't get him to be honest more than like 30 seconds.
Okay, well, unfortunately, this fat faggot left like a scared little bitch. We were going to give him the last word. We had to kick him out because he couldn't fucking restrain himself. And I told him in the chat room, hold on, you'll get the opportunity to speak. But he left like a scared little bitch. So we're going to let his scared little bitch friend say the last word. Go ahead. Afro faggot, wake up. It's your turn.
I don't know, he may be too timid now.
Maybe he's too timid. Maybe he just wet his panties. Okay. Sure, you don't want to... Oh, muted? Oh, sorry, here we go. Hold on. I'm muted.
He's typing away.
Go ahead.
Oh, alright, so I don't really have anything to say in defense of my friend, but I don't really want to rehash any of these arguments. I do want to say I found you thoroughly entertaining, and I wish you would unban me on your site. I'd like to observe.
Would you like to get a scholarship? Because we would gladly even give our critics scholarships to prove them wrong.
Well, I don't know if it's a scholarship, because I definitely am not gonna, ever come into agreement with you.
Oh, well, then you can't, yeah. There's no way you could be in the visitors section for sure. The only stipulation we have is if you're in the chat room, you're not causing problems, which means you respect what the mods say. We have no problem with critics being in the chat room. It's just that they're causing problems to other students that we're trying to teach, then we're going to kick you out. But we don't ban our critics. We welcome our critics. So if you want to come and observe or do whatever in the chat room, that's fine. If a mod warns you about something, you need to respect what the mod is saying and knock that shit off. But we'll definitely have you in the chat room, no problem.
Alright, cool. Can you unban my aphorism account then? I know I made a second one to post in the chat.
Yeah, hold on, you have another, which one of these guys are you? Hitland, J Galt 214, Taskmaster.
It was the J Galt one.
Okay, so if I unban this one, then that means you'll be able to see the chat room now. Okay, just send me a PM of the name of the account you had previously, and I'll unban that, and you can free reign to be in the chat room. Again, you can make posts, you can challenge us, do whatever you want, just make sure you're respecting the authority of the mods in the chat room. If they tell you, just knock something off if you're causing problems. Other than that, you're more than welcome to criticize us, as we love to welcome our critics, and we totally invite their public scrutiny. That's always been our policy.
Alright, and then I had one more thing too. You tossed the term keyboard warrior around a lot.
Yes.
I don't really consider myself a keyboard warrior, although, like, the reason the term I've understood to be derogatory is because of the anonymity of the term. Like, it's like, oh, you're behind a keyboard, you can't talk to me.
Well, the point is just like this guy. This guy proved our point. He's the epitome of a keyboard warrior. He makes all these bullshit challenges and acts like a total tough guy, but he comes in here and he's a timid faggot. So he didn't even speak the whole time until the end. He didn't even reveal he was here until the end. So that is the epitome of a keyboard warrior. A lying faggot. That's why we don't debate keyboard warriors, because we know if you are just allowed to stay behind your keyboard, you're gonna rage like you're a fucking 300-pound monster. But once we get you in real life, we realize you're just full of shit. You're just guys who are delusional, have no social skills, and are full of shit, pretending to be somebody you're not. That's why we like to have these debates, to expose your position and to give credence to our position, because your criticism, if it's true, will expose us as frauds. But if your criticism is fraudulent itself, our work will only be proven that much more. So that's why we invite you critics.
I mean, I just feel like the written form allows you to get more points across.
Well, you saw what the written form did. No. You should have. We just demonstrated the fallacy of the written form here. I read his entire argument. It was full of shit, and you heard him now. You heard him live.
I'm not saying you can't make a bad written argument. I'm just saying the written arguments.
You can duck challenges. It's hard enough. I mean, imagine you behind a keyboard. You're so timid you can't even answer my in-person challenges right now. How the fuck are you going to answer anything over a keyboard? You're too fucking timid, so it's not going to work either way. Even more so behind a keyboard.
I don't see the logic in that, but thanks for...
Of course, you're not a logical person, that's why.
Well, I'm a software developer. How else do I keep my job?
1 second! Alright, thank you guys for another one episode of Manhood Academy Debates. We'll see you next time.
A fuck nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A bitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Sneak this us, that's that shit I don't like. Don't like. A snitch